on a crucial chapter in the annals of World War II, the Battle of the Atlantic. This historic conflict, fought in the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, was a pivotal moment that had profound impact on the outcome of the war. It spanned from the early days of the war in 1939 to its conclusion in 1945. It had a significance that cannot be overstated. So let's us embark on a journey through time to explore the captivating history of the Battle of the Atlantic. At the outbreak of World War II, the Battle of the Atlantic commenced in earnest. There was a struggle for control over its vital sea lanes, as both the Allies and the Axis powers recognized the immense strategic importance of maritime trade and the ability to transport troops and supplies across the Atlantic Ocean. The German Navy in particular deployed its U-boats to disrupt Allied shipping convoys, aiming to cripple their war effort. In the early stages of battle, the German U-boats operated with relative ease, striking Allied merchant ships with impunity. They targeted supply vessels carrying vital resources from North America to Britain, which was heavily reliant on these imports to sustain its war efforts. The German submarines operated in what became known as wolf packs, groups of U-boat coordinated to maximize their effectiveness. These attacks inflicted heavy losses on Allied forces, endangering Britain's very survival. The turning point in the Battle of the Atlantic came with the introduction of advanced convoy systems and the use of long-range aircraft for reconnaissance. The Alliance established convoys in which merchant ships were escorted by warships, ensuring their safety and protection against U-boat attacks. Additionally, air support from land-based aircraft and aircraft carriers helped extend the reach of Allied forces, enabling them to detect and engage German submarines more effectively. Technological advancements also played a critical role in shifting the tide of the battle. The development of sonar and radar systems greatly improved the Allies' ability to detect U-boats underneath the ocean surface and effectively hunt them down. The British invention of the Hedgehog anti-submarine weapon, which launched a spread of depth charges ahead of the attacking vessel, proved highly effective in sinking German submarines. However, the Battle of the Atlantic was far from one-sided. The German U-boats continued to pose a formidable threat, adapting their tactics and technology to counter Allied advancements. They introduced new submarine models such as the Type 7 and Type 9, which had extended range capabilities and improved underwater performance. Moreover, the German Enigma code, that initially thought to be unbreakable, allowed the U-boats to communicate covertly, making it more challenging for Allies to decipher their intentions. Nevertheless, the combined efforts of the Allies forces ultimately prevailed. The Battle of the Atlantic witnessed a relentless struggle as both sides engaged in a deadly game of cat and mouse across the vast oceanic battleground. The convoys grew larger, the escort ships more numerous, and the naval and air countermeasures more sophisticated. By 1943, the balance began to tip decisively in favor of the Allies. German U-boat losses escalated due to the improved intelligence, code-breaking efforts, and the deployment of long-range bombers, such as the B-24 Liberator and the Sudenlander flying boat. These advancements severely hampered the German Navy's ability to sustain submarine operations, ultimately reducing their effectiveness and shifting their momentum in favor of the Allies. In May 1943, a major turning point was reached when Admiral Karl Donitz, commander of the German U-boat fleet, was forced to withdraw his submarines from the North Atlantic due to heavy losses and increased risk. This withdrawal significantly alleviated the pressure on the Allied forces, and this marked a significant victory in the Battle of the Atlantic. From that point on, the tide of battle continued to turn in favor of the Allies. As the war progressed, Allied technological advancements played an even greater role in securing victory in the Battle of the Atlantic. The introduction of long-range aircraft carriers, improved anti-submarine warfare tactics, and the integration of new technologies, such as radar-equipped aircraft and advanced sonar systems, further reduced the threat of German U-boats. Furthermore, the Allies' industrial capacity and resources played a crucial role in ensuring victory in the Battle of the Atlantic. The United States, with its vast shipbuilding capabilities and robust merchant fleet, played a vital role in replenishing Allied losses and maintaining the flow of supplies across the Atlantic. This industrial might, coupled with the dedication and bravery of the Allied sailors, pilots, and merchant mariners, solidified their superiority in the Atlantic theater. By 1945, the German U-boat fleet was severely depleted, and the remaining submarines faced insurmountable odds. The Allies had gained complete control over the Atlantic, which enabled the successful invasion of Normandy on D-Day and subsequent liberation of Europe. The Battle of the Atlantic, often overshadowed by other major battles in the campaigns of World War II, was a critical struggle that shaped the outcome of the war, that highlighted the importance of naval power, technological innovation, and the resilience of those involved in securing vital sea lanes. It is essential that we remember and honor the brave sacrifices made by the men and women who served in the Battle of the Atlantic. Their dedication and unwavering commitment ensured the flow of supplies, troops, and support continued uninterrupted, ultimately leading to the Allied victory. Let us never forget the significance of the Battle of the Atlantic, an epic clash that demonstrated the indomitable spirit, unwavering determination of those who fought to secure the freedom and peace we enjoy today. Thank you. Bye.